Every time I land back in Uganda, I feel good. I always feel relaxed. I always feel like, okay, man, I'm back home, you know?
Welcome back to my channel where we're all about value-adding content for you to live an authentic and fulfilled life, especially here in Africa and in Uganda. Today we have Eddie here. I'll let him introduce himself, but I'm very excited.
My name is No Limit Eddie. I am an American from Los Angeles, California. But for the last 5 years, I've just been living, traveling around Africa. So, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I know a little bit of your story, and then obviously because we had shot this prior too.
Okay.
But if you could just tell us a little of why Uganda, because you're not Ugandan.
Yeah,
your background
yeah.
isn't directly the concept, obviously, like I said.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah,
Yes.
if you could tell us a little bit about
Okay, why I chose Uganda.
Yeah.
Okay, the path to getting Uganda is long, man. So I started off in Tanzania. That was the first place I went to outside the States. Had some visa issues there, went to Egypt, stayed in Egypt for around 3.5 years. Then I wanted to start dating. I didn't want to date Egyptian women per se. I said, where should I go to find good quality women? Uganda was like #1. So I said, all right, I'm sliding to Uganda. And that's how I got here.
So now what's the difference?
What do you mean?
Of like, because you said you didn't want, is it just like the culture of Egyptian women? Is it
Yes, it's a culture, it's an aesthetic, it's everything. I prefer black women as a man. So yes, I came to Uganda.
Yeah, fair enough.
So now you said you lived there for 3 years. So at what age
Did you leave America? And how was the 3 years in Egypt?
Okay, so I left America at 21. I was only in Tanzania for 6 months.
Okay.
So then I turned 22 actually in Tanzania, and then went to Egypt right after. Egypt was great. Egypt was great. I think there's a lot of like weird propaganda that tells black people not to go to Egypt. Don't go to Egypt.
Yeah.
I didn't experience any racism. I knew lots of other black women that were there, single mom, all that type of stuff. They didn't experience racism, you know, or sexism or anything like that in Egypt. The cost of living is very affordable, super affordable. You can get a fully furnished apartment for $100, $150.
Way better than
I can see, yes, I can see the sea view from my window, you know, and the people are so kind. I would say they're even kinder than Ugandans, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Yes, super kind.
Okay.
I had a motorcycle down there.
Oh, nice.
One time it broke down. A guy sees me, pulls his car out, fixes the bike, says, "Welcome to Egypt," drives off. No money, no.
Okay. So no one, it's not like you're trying to
Yes,
export it every
yes.
second take or anything like that. Okay.
Exactly.
That's a breath of fresh air.
Exactly. And you see the way I look, I'm clearly black. So if they had hate for blacks, I don't think I would have so many stories like that in Egypt.
Yeah. To be honest, you're one of the first people that I've heard
Yeah.
who's had such positive experiences. Not saying I've never been, and I've
Right.
had a few people who say they enjoyed it transiting through or like a short break. But I've also had on the flip side either the airline or women's situations. So yeah, it's been a two-sided.
I don't get it. 'Cause even my sister, who was a black woman, was in Egypt. I left her there when I came to Uganda. She was fine. You know, I didn't have any fear like, oh, something's going to happen to her. She was fine. All the neighborhood knows us, and they welcome us. So I don't know, man, but I enjoyed Egypt.
Okay.
Yes.
To stay for 3.5 years meant you enjoyed it.
Right,
You must
right.
have.
And the legal system is very good for getting a long-term visa.
Oh, nice.
You know, yeah, like I'm in the process trying to do it here, and it's more red tape, more hurdles, more paperwork. It's a challenge. But so yeah, that was Egypt. And then why did I not go back to Tanzania?
Why didn't you stay?
Why didn't
Because you
I
said
stay?
it was 6 months. That was your first touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a visa situation. I went to a Swahili language school to get a student visa in the country. I was supposed to get a 2-year visa. That's what a lot of black Americans had done. They were getting it. At some point, there were so many black Americans moving over to Tanzania. They got concerned, like, why are so many of you guys coming to my country?
Like, what's going on?
Yes. Yeah, it was a huge movement, hundreds of people.
Okay. And it's a beautiful country. I mean, it makes sense why everyone wants to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they started to be weird about that. They were like, okay, I know you paid us some money. I know you paid the school, whatever. I know this is our law in the book. We're not following our law anymore, you know? So they say you're not getting any time at all. Then we had like kind of a protest, I guess you can say. Then they said, okay, we'll give you 6 months, and it was 9 months. But by that time, I'm like, I can't respect a country who can't respect their own laws.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You know,
long
so
term.
yes.
At all, actually.
Exactly. And so my mom always said, don't bring your own chair to the party. So if I'm not welcome in Tanzania, man, let me go where I'm welcome.
Yeah, that's
And just so happened it was Egypt. So that's why I didn't stay so long in Tanzania.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Otherwise, it could have ended up being where you would have settled.
I expected to stay there for a few years, you know. But honestly, I'm glad I left because
Everything worked out.
Yeah, everything worked out. Egypt is more developed, no power outages, no water outages. You can drive around freely. Everything ended up being better for me. So thank the Most High that I left.
That it worked out.
Yes, yeah.
East African countries, sometimes we can be our own problem. We can be in our own way as a country
Yeah,
to just
for sure.
to get opportunities and people to come and do great things. We're just
Right.
like in our own way. It's so
Yeah,
annoying.
for sure, for sure.
All right, can you talk to us a little bit about all the other countries you've been to? Because a lot of your content on your channel is
Okay.
like your experiences in Kenya or like
Yeah,
comparing with
yeah.
other countries, which I love. So
Yeah.
you can touch on that a little bit.
Okay, okay. My experience, according to my comment section, is very negative. They say all I do is complain about Africa, da da da. But I've been to South Africa, in particular Johannesburg and Cape Town. I think Johannesburg is my favorite city on earth. Yeah.
I love Joburg. I
I love
Joburg.
the energy is so up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wealth around you, good infrastructure around
Organized,
you.
yes, yeah.
The people speak good English. There's no weirdness. So I love Joburg. That may be my favorite city on earth.
Nice.
Then I've also been to Rwanda, which is our neighbors here in Uganda. I stayed there for 2 months actually.
Oh, that's a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Usually if I go to a place, I stay for 1 to 2 months.
Yeah, so and that's a good way to, by the time you're like doing content about the country, and giving yourself enough time to gauge
Yes,
versus like a short-term trip or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It's very rare if I do like a 7-day trip.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
don't get a full
No,
sense
no,
of
you
the
don't get the
country.
full scope,
And then
yeah.
you're just telling people nonsense, you know? So, yeah, I went to Rwanda. Now, very clean, very organized.
I've heard.
That's the beautiful part about it.
Yes.
The people, the hearts of the people is a little bit uncomfortable, I would say.
They've been through a lot, and it shows. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of weird experiences in Rwanda when it comes to the people. And so that place is good. If you're older, you're retired, you're going to kind of stick to yourself. You don't need a new friend circle that is local. Rwanda is fine. Then what else have I been? Okay, I've been to Kenya, all right? Kenyans are my worst enemies apparently online, man. Ooh, they hate some No Limit
And yet
Eddie.
it's such a beautiful country.
Yeah, they hate No Limit Eddie out in Kenya, man. I'm entitled, I'm arrogant, I'm all these things according to Kenyans. So I love Kenya. I think it's the party capital of East Africa. When I say
Really?
party,
Over Kampala?
as in fun. As in fun
Kampala.
stuff.
Oh,
Over Kampala.
They have more variety of things to do.
Yeah,
like if you're not a party, bar person, they
Yes.
have way more to do
Yes.
with us. But if you want to party and you're a bar person, I feel like you take the
yes.
Kampala.
Kampala is technically the party capital.
Yeah.
But for my kind of fun.
Yeah, because you don't you
Yes.
you don't drink.
I don't drink,
you
don't do any of
kind
that.
thing,
No
so
hookahs, this.
Totally understood.
Yes. To me, Nairobi is like Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, because they got a
know
Ferris
that.
wheel, they got amusement parks, they got go-karts, they got
Museum, the optical illusion museum.
Optical,
I haven't
mini
been to-
golf,
yeah, their
bowling.
variety is chef's kiss.
Yes,
Yeah, we don't
yes.
have any of that.
Exactly. So I feel like if I wanted to just have fun, shoot over to Nairobi.
And it's just next door, so it's
right,
quite nice.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just actually in Kenya, in Kisumu, but I didn't post any
okay.
videos about it. So people don't know I went back to Kenya, man. I was looking for the ops. I was like, where y'all at, man? Where y'all at?
Where y'all at?
Yeah,
Pull
talking
up.
a lot of gangster stuff in the comments.
Pull up.
Let me see you in real life, man. But
That's so
I didn't
funny.
see anybody in Kisumu, so yeah, that was good. Tanzania's a good place, really good food. I think they have the best food in Africa, period.
Okay.
You know, yeah,
That's
really
the
good
first.
food.
I haven't heard that. I know,
Really?
like, well, I've been there. They have good food, but
Yeah.
like, I've never heard of it like comparison to everywhere else. But that's
Yeah,
so good.
yeah,
That's
because
nice.
it's seasoned. That food is seasoned. You know what I mean? To me, it's like Tanzania, Uganda, then Kenya.
But then
as far as food.
also, Tanzania is a very big country, and I don't know. Maybe for those who've visited more around there, can
Yeah.
comment in the comment section. But were you in Dar?
I was in Dar.
Coastal. I've noticed around the world, coastal anywhere that has a big port and is a coastal like city.
Yeah.
Because you're exposed to so many different types of people coming in, you
yeah.
have a lot more influence on your cuisine.
Okay,
Like think of like a
okay.
Singapore. They have like Thai. They have Indian. They have like it's just an influence
Right.
of what's around, and then also.
The
Like the
locals.
colonizers and whoever came
Yeah.
along too, and like Arabs and whatever. Yeah. So I feel like you're on
Yeah.
something. And they have seafood. We don't
Yeah,
have that.
yeah.
Here. So okay, yeah.
Now the food in Dar was next level, man. I was seeing colors when I was eating it. I'm like, yo, this is good.
That's nice.
So, been to Thailand, but that's not Africa.
Yeah. Have you been to the Western Africa?
No, I've never
Okay.
gone to West Africa. Every time I kind of think about it and kind of look at it, it seems so chaotic. You know?
Really?
Yeah. it
Maybe
seems
start
so
with
chaotic.
Ghana first, because I feel like Ghana was like a bigger version of
Yeah.
Uganda.
I've tried to mess with Ghana, but the issue is getting a visa to go into the country. As an American, I got to send my passport off to DC, and I don't want to be without my passport.
The consulate's not open yet. They
Um,
closed it. The one in Kololo.
From what I know, if I'm just a tourist here, I need to send it to DC as an American.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
at the time when I went, I didn't have my Ugandan citizenship or anything. I was just strictly Canadian. So they took my passport for 2 weeks, but it was 2020 before COVID. So much has changed since then.
A lot has changed, yeah.
Yeah, but they took it 2 weeks, and then they gave it to me like right when I was about to travel. And I was like, what if I had other things to do? That's so crazy. So I get people's visa struggles worldwide.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was easier then. So that kind of sucks because I know they're
Really?
always like, come to Uganda.
And that's what I don't understand. Why not just a visa on arrival? Like, that's the way I prefer it, you know. But I've never done a visa where I got to give them my passport.
Yeah, neither. That was my first too.
Yeah.
They might be trying to reciprocate what they experienced. I was in the comments in a video randomly on YouTube recently. I think it was Brazil. Yeah. And Brazil does any country, whatever you do to them is what they do to you. I forget the term, but it's So that might be why.
Okay, interesting. I don't know. But I've never gone to West Africa.
Okay.
Of course, I think about it because it might be good for content and things like that. But
and they're vibrant, but also like all African countries, very vibrant cultures.
Right.
All different countries are very different. It's fun. Yeah. So you didn't want to relocate to South Africa?
I do. I would love to go to South Africa, man. I would definitely live in South Africa, except for the winter season, I would say.
Okay.
If it was up to me, I would split time between Uganda and South Africa.
Honestly, I kind of feel the same way. I want to do that, where I'm like, I have just like a home there. Because real estate's not expensive. I mean, in comparison to North America, it is not. Cost of living is less than North America. More than here slightly, but it's not that crazy. So I was like, I wanted to have like a place to go, and it's just there.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about.
I'm with you on that one.
Because Uganda is beautiful. Uganda is amazing. But sometimes you want to
break.
go on a road where it's paved. You want to go on a road without potholes. You want to see a building that inspires you. You want to see
no dust. Like right now, we're sitting here doing this interview. I'm wearing white, and all I'm seeing is dust around here. I'm like,
dust all around, Jesus. Man. So sometimes your soul needs a little.
Just a shake up. And then when you come back, I've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed with yourself. You have like this appreciation of like, I'm so happy to be home. I'm happy to be back in Uganda. But I do need those breaks.
You need the breaks. You need the breaks. You know what I mean? So, and then same thing. If I was to be in South Africa too much, it'll be too like dangerous, I guess you can say. So you want to have that peace that Uganda can bring you. So you want that back and forth, you know. So
that's very true.
Yeah, for sure.
Rewinding back to 21-year-old Eddie.
Okay.
What pros and cons did you weigh from deciding to inevitably like pick up and come to the continent? And this is post-COVID, correct?
It was during COVID.
Okay. Oh, it was during COVID. Okay.
So the pros and cons. I didn't even weigh pros and cons. It was like the Lord is like, Eddie, you moving to Africa? I'm like, all right, I'm moving to Africa. You know. Yeah, that pretty much is what it was. You know. Of course, the States was crazy at that time.
And in all honesty, the world was seeing like a shining light on America in COVID of like, oh wow, you're not as cracked out to be as. Yeah,
it was crazy, man. I'm living in LA. They got the George Floyd protest going. My smoothie shop, they got broken into. They're taking the money out the account. I mean, out the register. Out of a smoothie place, you know.
That's so much local business.
Yeah, well, no, it was an international. It was Robex. It was an international chain.
Oh, okay.
But still, you know.
Yeah, but still,
how much is in the register, man? A few $100. Yeah. So they were just destroying things. You know, I'm looking at the news. There's helicopters flying around. I going downtown the next day. There's cars on fire. It was like, bro, man, let me slide for real.
And it's so funny because I remember when the first time we were talking, and I was telling you how I was like, if I didn't come to Uganda, actually, speaking of God, if COVID didn't happen and I didn't get stuck here, one of the places I actually was weighing of going was LA. I was like, I want to be, either LA or go to the continent, like of Africa, like one or the other.
Two different worlds.
Two very different worlds. Yeah. And it worked out that I'm here, and I'm happy that I ended up being here. Great. One day I'll do like a 6-month stint in LA or something, but like you were just done. But you born and raised in LA? Born and raised in
LA. Multiple generations, you know. My family's from like the South of America.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but my mom was born there, and my grandma she moved there. So LA is pretty much all I ever knew. Nice. Even before I left LA, I only been to Vegas. So like 4 hours outside of LA. So the first time I got on the plane was coming to Tanzania.
Really?
Yeah.
So you never even been to like New York, Florida, one of them ones?
No, never.
Wow.
You know, I just stay where I was at. My sister would travel and things like that, but I was,
Would you say you're like inspired by her, like having her being around, or you're just like? So one day, like
I was invited on the same trip she was on, but I'm like. Man, I'm comfortable where I'm at, you know.
You're just okay. We're happy, fine. Okay, gotcha.
So I was just chilling in LA, man. But first time I got on a plane was coming to Tanzania.
Wow, that's a big, bold move. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there anything that you miss about LA. Have you been back since?
So I went back maybe 4 months into being in Tanzania.
Okay.
Yeah, but since the last like 5 years, low key, I haven't been back.
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't have any desire to go back. When I went back, man, I felt like I was under attack, man. It was so weird. It was a weird experience. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm meant to be in the States.
Okay.
That's what I feel like. You know what I mean? The Lord don't need me in the States, so I don't plan on going back unless I have to do some paperwork or some type of thing to get a visa in another country. Okay, I'll go back, make a little run, and then leave the States again.
Oh wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah. Man, my experience was so weird when I went back, man. So I don't have any desire to go.
I will say, because I love Canada, and I always tell people too, in the state that I'm in right now in life, I don't have a desire to move permanently back or for a long period of time, unless I have kids and there's a reason why for some reason they need to be there, because opportunities are just not enough here, and I'm like, okay, fine. Then I understand. I'll selfishly remove myself and do that. But I remember the first time going back after COVID, I was like, so much had changed.
Really?
It was weird. I was like, I don't know if it was a worldwide shift because of COVID. I don't know.
Everybody that's in the States tells me, like it's not the same.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like the cost of everything, the food is shrinking, like they were telling me like it's not the same. People who I knew who were in Tanzania with me, they also moved to Egypt with me, and they're now back in the States. They always tell me like,
now, do they want to stay there, or they're kind of like back there for now, or they were just like, I'm tired of the constant?
Some people they want to stay back, and some people they want to come back out again, but in the future.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Kind of like get your ducks in a row, kind of thing.
Exactly. Get it situated and then bounce back.
So if you could touch a little bit on your financial situation, what did you leave it like there?
Okay.
I don't know how much you were willing to divulge, but how is it now? Like income, because a lot of people ask me that, so I figured they must ask you.
Income. So that's the biggest thing about Africa, man. Like, yes, it's more affordable, but nothing is affordable if you make $0 a month,
100%.
right? So you gotta find a way to generate income. So in the States, I just had a regular job working security, and then I had an online business selling like everything really. But towards COVID, I started selling face masks and things like that, customized. So I've always had online income, and then I've always had a 9-to-5 situation.
Very smart.
Yeah. So when I first came to the continent, had some money saved. Then we also got, as Americans, we got stimuluses from Donald Trump, Joe Biden.
Right.
Yeah, so that was like another $1,200, I think. And then I had a YouTube channel that just got monetized, like literally right before I left.
Oh, nice.
November, I got monetized. I left in February.
Oh, nice.
So that was another stream that came in. Then I had some Etsy shops that was like producing income. So I had a couple streams when I first moved to Tanzania. Nowadays, I'm a content creator, and then I sell digital products.
Nice.
So that pretty much is like my main niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's being financially smart, has been good for me.
Yes. Okay. That works out amazingly.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to actually ask you quick questions, I suppose.
Okay.
So now, in terms of the cost of living,
yes,
I'm gonna break it down in my head because I always have like my brain of how I itemize things. So, in comparison to the different places you've lived, especially within East Africa, and then you can throw in Egypt and I guess South Africa. Maybe not. Let's keep it Egypt and East Africa.
Okay.
So. I'm just going to shoot out things and you let me know which is the most affordable in terms of cost of living.
Okay, so I say either Egypt or East Africa.
Or no, any country.
Okay.
Yeah, any of the countries that you've lived in. Yeah.
Got you.
So when it comes to rent.
Rents, Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah, Egypt, you get a high quality apartment and you get month-to-month rent. You don't got to do all these 4 months in advance, 6 months in advance.
Which I thought was crazy. I do understand because we don't have a credit system, but I was like, how is anyone just going to have like, I have 6 months to drop. Let me buy a house. I don't know.
I don't really like that system, to be honest.
Either.
But you can negotiate with the landlord here. That's a good thing about it. But overall, they be wanting you to have some months in advance, to move into a new spot.
Yeah, and I understand from their perspective.
Yeah. But Egypt for sure. Takes
okay. Electricity.
Egypt as well. Yeah, I was spending like $5 a month on electricity in Egypt.
How do they make? Oh, they have a very big tourism. Industry. I'm like, how do they make money? They have other means.
Egypt. I don't know. Egypt just have money somehow. For sure though.
That is so funny. Okay, food.
Food is comparable in all countries, I would say. My biggest bill, any country I go to, is always food.
Okay.
Yes, because typically I order out every day. Right after I film this, I'm gonna go eat at Cafe Java's, right? So I rarely cook at home. So food is always my biggest bill. It's comparable in all countries, I would say.
It's about the same?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Transportation, moving around.
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna say Egypt on all these, but for Egypt as a total,
Yeah.
but Kenya in East Africa. Kenya has the cheapest transport. Yeah,
Cheaper than us.
way cheaper.
Really?
Way cheaper.
I'm trying to think of the few times I've been there moving around on Uber. Probably, yeah.
Way
I mean, I don't go
significantly
far.
cheaper. Because gas here, I did the math in a cost living video I just did. A gallon of gas in Uganda is $6.28.
Yeah.
A gallon of gas in the States is $4.24. So, and that's high in America.
Wait, is it a
because-
gallon? Wait, sorry, you said $6?
Yeah.
Oh, because we do liters.
You guys
so
do
my brain
liters.
is like, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's like
sorry.
4 liters, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So significantly more expensive.
So what I heard, actually this is what my dad told me a few years ago, you all can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But apparently we don't have, you know how we have grades of gas, like 91, 89, 91, whatever in North America.
Okay.
So we only have premium gas here, like that's all they bring us. So you're paying the higher priced one. It's not
Really?
the regular, it's not just general gas.
Okay.
Allegedly.
That
So
might be, maybe
that
that's
might
why.
be why.
Yeah, but either
It
way, that's
doesn't make
crazy.
sense. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And obviously that shoots up the cost of living for everything else because you have to transfer food around.
Exactly.
Things like that.
And then it's just not worth it in Uganda because you driving on potholes, you swerving in and out of. I don't know, man. Kenya got nice roads, it's smooth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They complain about the
Yeah.
roads a lot, though. For people who, honestly, it's not as bad. I'm like, have you been to Uganda? I don't think they have.
Nah. Nairobi is good work when it comes to infrastructure.
Like it's not as bad. I know they do show you videos of like their terrible road, but I'm like, your terrible road is like 10 of ours. Like it's like, there's so many of those. Did you ever look into vehicles, like getting a car or a bike? Or you said you had a bike in Egypt?
Yeah, I had a motorcycle in Egypt. I'm looking at getting a car here in Uganda. It's actually cheaper to buy a car in Uganda than it is to buy a car in Egypt.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, that's
that's
good.
news to me because it's expensive here. It's double with a little bit extra than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, other African countries also do the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah, the cars here
It's just-
are horribly priced,
yeah,
to be honest.
Terrible.
Especially for the year model you're getting and all that kind of stuff.
It's the taxes.
Yeah.
If your tax is 105% of the
Right.
value of the car,
Yeah.
I don't even know who sat down and was like, that makes sense.
I don't
Let's do
get it. I don't
get it
you
either.
know?
I don't
Yeah.
get the breakdown. And if that's the
Yeah.
case, if we're paying 105%, all of us who are driving, our roads should be impeccable.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, to me, it's worth getting a car just because transportation is actually expensive in Uganda.
Yeah.
You know? But I just got to get the visa first so I can get a license here and I can do all that other stuff. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how far in depth you go on your channel in terms of cost of living, but
Okay.
have you ever looked into like schools and comparing them in different areas?
Nah.
Okay, you haven't gone that far yet.
That's not even in my realm.
I mean, fair enough.
Yes, yeah. So I never compare schools or anything like that, man. But
Fair
every
enough.
country, I feel like if you go to international school,
It's all the same price.
Yeah.
Even with North America, it's exact. It's like everyone wants to charge the same blueprint price worldwide. Yeah.
it's gonna cost you though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. What is your favorite thing about living in Kampala?
In Kampala.
Yeah, or Uganda in general. Literally, you can say
Oh
that.
man, my favorite thing about Uganda. What do I love about Uganda, man? It has a good feeling. That's what I would say. It has a very good feeling. Every time I land back in Uganda, I feel good. I always feel relaxed. I always feel like, okay, man, I'm back home. You know?
Yeah.
I always feel like that. No matter where I'm coming from, even if it's Kenya or if it's South Africa, I just always feel good when I land in Uganda.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Now, what's the least favorite thing you feel like?
The least favorite thing?
Yeah, I was like, we need to start with the good stuff.
Man, the least favorite. Huh. I don't even know if I have a least favorite. I can just say, because sometimes the cons lead to pros, I feel like.
That's true.
Yes. So I could say infrastructure. I could say I hate that the power goes out. I hate these roads, all this type of stuff. But at the same time, the fact that the infrastructure is bad, it might lead to people being nicer. I don't know. So
That's true.
the cons lead to pros. So I don't have no major con about
Okay,
Uganda.
that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
Your Kenyan people are going to come. You're like, what about us? You came for us.
Right. Man, shout out to Kenya, man. Y'all just got to relax a little bit, though.
Yeah, I think so. So now, what does your future look like on the
Yeah.
continent? Do you feel like this is permanent? Uganda is permanent? You feel
Okay.
like it's good for right now?
Yeah. So I always have, I guess, different levels of how I'm seeing my life. So in an intermediate time frame, I'm still going to keep traveling around
Yes.
Africa. There's other places to visit, other places to see.
So many.
You know, I think Mauritius is a country people want me to go to.
I want to go there so
you know,
bad.
yeah. So I'll check that place out, and give you guys honest feedback and honest, assessments of it. I do want to visit South America. I want to do like a South America tour because I've never been anywhere in South America.
Okay, I've been to Cuba, but that was it. But yeah, I also,
How was that?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay.
Very sad in terms of, because of all their embargoes and political everything, but I did think it was kind of cute. You've been to Jinja? Have you been to Jinja?
I haven't been to
you haven't been to Jinja?
No.
You need to start there first.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Cuba already or Jinja. Like, you have like the old colonial infrastructure and then people left and it's like a dust town.
Really?
But because like the buildings are still there, like the cute oldness of it.
Okay.
But like just sad in terms of that. But stunning, beautiful water, beautiful people, yummy food, good like good vibes, good culture. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I haven't been to South America, so I'm looking at all those places: Dominican Republic, Cuba, Brazil. All those places. So I want to do a South American tour, which might take a year, 2 years, you know, to kind of go to place to place. Yeah, especially if you're staying 1 month at a time. So that'll have to be soon before I really settle in Uganda.
Yeah, fair.
Yes. But yeah, I'm engaged to a Ugandan now, so either way, Uganda is always going to be in my life somehow or another, you know,
I love it. I love it. Yes, you always have a reason to come back.
I'm always going to have a reason to come, to come to Uganda, man, and slide over here. So as of now, I'm trying to get the visa situated, you know what I mean, how to get a long-term stay and all that kind of stuff. So figuring that out, and then I always have a home. I always keep my apartment here. Even if I'm traveling around, it's so affordable. You just pay it and then you leave.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. So what advice now would you give somebody? I'm gonna break it to 2 different questions. So what advice would you give someone who's like the 21-year-old Eddie who left America and is looking for, and then what advice would you give someone now in the phase that you're in your life? Years later.
21-year-old Eddie, what advice would I give him? He had it pretty figured out. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of people doubted him. A lot of people were like, "You ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna last. You're gonna go broke. You know, you'll be back. You're gonna get malaria. All kind of stuff."
Goodness.
You know. Yeah. Very toxic, man. Very toxic. My community on YouTube, people either really love me or they talk crazy.
Yeah, that's the internet.
Yes, even in our interview, she's laughing so much.
They're like, "Are she on drugs?" I'm like, "I'm just a very bubbly person. I'm so sorry." And you were so sweet. You're like, "I'm just more introverted." She's a very extrovert. I'm like, "I'm an extremely extroverted person." I'm so used to online rubbish that I was like, I was like, "I'm just happy."
Yeah,
sorry you're miserable.
That's what I'm saying. Is why are you trolling somebody for being happy? So should they be sad? You know, so that's how my channel is. It's either they love me or they're like die. You know,
that's so wild.
Yes, I don't know why they're like that, but that's how it is. So a lot of negative things that were said to me, but I had it pretty figured out. I would say for the average 21-year-old though, coming to the continent, do it when you're financially ready.
That's a good point.
Yeah, do it when you're financially ready. I already had, 18, 19, 20. I was already making money online for 4 years before I came to Africa, right? So it wasn't like a big shift or a big like dramatic increase or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you try to come to that continent with only savings and then figure it out along the way,
I do not recommend that. Even in retirement, even in any stage of life, just don't do that. Make sure you have something that's still consistently coming in.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? Because you've been on the continent for a long time.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the same as you.
Well, I'm saying 6 years is a long time. Compared to most people, 6 months, and they're back.
That's true.
Yeah, so both of us have made it here on the continent for a very long time. And if our advice is the same, that would probably mean like success leaves clues.
Yeah.
Right? So we both had income before we came.
Yeah.
We both recommend people to have income before you come.
Yeah.
That's the only way to sustain it. You know, because before I came, people kept saying $5 grand is what you need to move to the continent.
Everyone always had like one set figure, and I was like, I don't think.
Yes, and in my first month of being in Tanzania, $5 grand was spent. So if I would have only came with $5K, I would have been stressed. You know, I would have been trying to sell chapati on the road to get my numbers back, man. So you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to come with some small money. You know.
And honestly, to be quite honest with you, even people who have big sums, that's why I was even saying for those who are in retirement, put that retirement into something that's going to give you consistent income on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I've seen people put their money in a retirement into a big project or even multiple.
Yeah.
And you realize when you're here, when you first touch down versus you've been here for a set amount of time in
Right.
season, you start to experience a lot. And
Right.
you're like, oh, my initial idea may still be good, but I have to tweak. So it's like you're playing around with your
Right.
retirement or your big chunk of money you decide to come with. And I'm like, no, you still need you need to replenish that regularly.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. You gotta find that out. You
Yeah.
gotta figure that out before you come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I still, most of my income comes from the States still, even though I'm here. You know what I mean? You have the advantage of actually having local income. As well
I
as,
have
you know.
both.
Yeah,
From the channel
So
and that, yeah.
I'm thinking about doing something here, you know what I mean? Maybe some fish farming, something like that.
Oh, you should. Agriculture is our biggest industry.
Yeah. So you guys will see if I decide to do that. I'll tell you guys the ins and outs. You know what I mean, of that joint. But so that's the advice for the 21-year-old. Make sure your finances are in order. For somebody in this stage of life, I would say find a home. Find a home. Find somewhere where you can be settled. You know what I mean? Get a real visa. You know, get a car, get a license,
Like create roots. Become a local.
Yeah, become a contributing member of society
There you go,
in one place or another, you know. That's kind of the season I'm in life right now. So still figuring that out myself, but yeah.
Okay, I like that.
For sure.
I love that a lot. If you could also just touch on the online bit of it, because you said much of your income is from creating your
Right.
funds online.
Right.
You touch a little bit about that, because I do know when I came, I did various different things online.
Okay.
And then now my main and only sole thing is my content creation as well. So if you touch a little bit on that from an American perspective as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've done anything and everything you can think of online. I've already tried it, right? Yes. Out of that, the ones that stuck the most were selling on Etsy. You know what I mean? You can do like print on demand, selling like T-shirts, selling hats, selling water bottles. That's a good one. Or people do a lot of drop shipping on Etsy as well.
Yeah.
It's technically not allowed on Etsy, but
There's definitely there, because
Yeah.
you customize things there all the time. Like, this is drop shipping.
Yeah, exactly. So I did a lot of drop shipping on Etsy too. Both of those. So that was a good one. That's what sustained me when I first came to the continent.
Okay.
Yes, I did that for my sister too. Gave her a shop, and she's on the
Nice.
continent, so that's what she did.
Is she still on the continent now?
She's in UAE.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So she just had her first child, man. Shout out to
congrats
Zion,
to
man.
her.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's lovely.
yeah. So we're both elevating, I guess, in that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love to see it.
So that right there is what that's what I did first. Etsy, good business model. Now, when you come to the continent, you're 21. People keep asking, how do you do this? How you do this? How you do this? I created a program teaching people how I was selling on Etsy.
Nice.
Yes.
Perfect plug.
And that was how I started to do digital products.
Okay.
Yes. So that was my first digital product that I really released. Now I'm pretty much just doing YouTube, selling ebooks, selling courses, selling coaching. That's the main thing.
Nice.
Some investments as well, you know what I mean? Because we have excess cash, you need to put it somewhere. You know, so some investments as well, but nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. This has been
Yes.
such a great conversation. I hope to have you on the channel again.
For sure, man.
I love bringing people's experiences, especially if you're not generation, like I said, like first generation, like rooted within Africa, but you
Right.
decided to come to the continent, and everyone has such a fresh, different experience.
Yeah.
But always positive, which I love to see. I know that there's a lot of channels where they'll tell you like the reason why I left, and then you watch it and I'm like, well, no wonder you were never gonna survive.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
that short-term thinking, but like you now come to a whole new continent and experience anything. So it's so lovely. I
Yes.
wish you the best on
I appreciate that.
on your journey, honestly, and thank you. If you guys have any questions and anything that you want to ask Eddie, please leave in the comments
Leave it
below.
in the comments.
I'll leave his link his channel down below as well.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, you can tell them where to find you, all your socials.
Okay. Man, just go to my channel, No Limit Eddie. Check it out, man. I feel like I give the most honest breakdowns of African countries. You know what I mean? I don't care if the locals come from here or not. I'm here to educate the diaspora about what it's really like. So check it out.
Love to see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share this video with someone that you feel like would benefit most. There's so many people who are now kind of getting debunked from that myth of like North America is it, that's the only place you have to be. It'll always be there. You can be somewhere else, thrive, live your best life, and go back if you want, or live a good life somewhere else.
For sure.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.